transition elements. Through this video we are going to learn about the general properties of 3D series and their capability to form the complexes. So let us start with the introductions. According to periodic classification of elements, the elements can be broadly divided into 4 blocks, namely S, P, D and F blocks. The division is based upon the type of atomic orbital which received the last electron in atom. In the modern periodic table, S block elements are placed on left hand side and P block elements are placed on right hand side. The elements which lies in between of S and P orbitals are called transition elements. These include elements of group number 3 to 12 and having 4 periods. The outermost S shell of this orbital contains 1 or 2 electrons, but the last electron will enter in one of penultimate shell, that is n-1 d orbitals. Therefore, these elements are also called d block elements. The elements of this block have general characteristic properties intermediate between S block element and P block elements. In other words, D block elements represent complete change from most electropositive S block elements to least electropositive E elements, and therefore they are also called transition elements. So let us see the definitions. The D block elements are those elements which have partly filled D subshell in their elementary form or in their commonly occurring oxidation states. This definition also covered coinage metals like copper, silver and gold as the transition metals, because in their commonly occurring oxidation states they have partly filled D subshell. For example, copper 2+, it will having CD9 configuration. Similarly, silver 2+, it will having 49 configuration, and for gold C+, it will having 5d8 configurations. Although all these 3 atoms have completely filled D subshell in their elementary states. However, it may be noted that above definition does not include the elements of group number 2b, and these are zinc, cadmium and mercury, and these are exceptions to this definition. These elements are kept here in order to maintain the rational classification of the elements. If we can compare their properties with transition elements, they do not resemble in any property except for their ability to form the complexes with ligands such as ammonia, amines, and halides, etc. The transition element consisting of 3 complete rows of 10 elements each and 1 incomplete row, and these rows are called first transition series, second transition series, third transition series, and fourth transition series. The first transition series, it will start from scandium to zinc, and it will involve the filling of 3d orbitals. The second transition series, it will start from yttrium and it will go up to cadmium, and it will involve the filling of 4d orbitals. The third transition series, it will start from lanthanum and it will go up to mercury. It will involve the filling of 5d orbitals, and the last one, that is the incomplete, and it will start from actinium and it will go up to compressions, and it will involve the gradually filling of 60 orbitals. So it is all about the various transition series, position of d block element in periodic table. So this one is the model periodic table on the left hand side. This one is the s block element. On the right hand side, this one is the p block element, and in between s block and p block, this one is the d block element. It will involve the filling of these 10 groups from group number 3 to group number 12, and involve these 4 transition series: first transition series, second transition series, third transition series, and fourth transition series. And this one is the s block element. The d block element involves the filling of the d orbitals and s orbital, where n, that is the principal quantum number. Next is the general features and electronic configurations. The d block elements occupy position in between s and p block in the periodic table. To understand the position of d block elements, let's consider the filling of atomic orbital with increase in atomic number, the relative variation in energy of atomic orbital as a function of atomic number in neutral atom, that is given by this figure, and it will involve the filling of various orbital, and it will start from 1s orbital onwards. In case of hydrogen atom, all the subshells of a principal quantum number n have same energy. For example, in case of fourth principal shell, that is 4s, 4p, 4d and 4f, these are having same energy, they are having equal energy, and this is due to the fact that there is only one electron in hydrogen atom and no shielding can be take place in case of it. In other words, the energy level in hydrogen atom depends upon only the principal quantum number, that is the n, and it is independent to the number of electrons. What in case of multi-electron system? it is observed that the various subshell S, P, D and F in same principal shells split into different energy levels. On moving from one electron system to multi-electron system, the energy of all the level drop to lower level, that is, as the atomic number increase in energy decreases. The decrease in energy is due to the fact that an electron in particular orbital is shielded from the nuclear charge by the other electron in atom, and this shielding is insufficient to prevent a steady increase in the effective nuclear charge experienced by the electron with increasing atomic number. In other words, each electron is imperfectly shielded from the nuclear charge by the other electron. It is also clear from this figure that the various subshells do not drop in energy in a regular fashion. This is due to the fact that different subshells in the same principal shell do not shield to the same extent. But these are shielded differently due to their different shape. The order of shielding of electron in different orbital, that is given by this order. S orbital, that will show the maximum penetration power as comparison to the P block, D block and F block orbitals. Therefore, because of different extent of shielding, they are attracted to different extent by the nucleus. As a result, they drop in energy to different extent as shown in the figures. From this figure, it has been observed that the energy level of 1s orbital, 2s orbital, 3p orbital, 3s orbital and 3p orbital occur in this sequence in all atoms. Thus, from the element hydrogen to argon, the above sequence is followed. The filling of these orbitals takes place. The energy of higher unfilled orbitals are affected by spinning power of these 18 electrons. After the filling of 3s and 3p orbital, we expected that the next electron of potassium atom with atomic number 19 should be entered in 3d orbital. However, potassium belongs to s block elements, and the next electron after argon enters the 4s subshells and not 3d subshell. This anomalous behavior can be explained on the basis of penetration power of different subshell to the nucleus. The different subshell have different penetration power, and the orbital which penetrate more to the nucleus will be less shielded from other electron and therefore feels more nuclear charge. As a result, it will be more strongly attracted by the nucleus and will have lower energy. And the extent of penetration power, that will be shown by maximum of the s orbital. The penetration power of 4s orbital is very large, so that it is attracted more by the nucleus than even the 3d orbital of lower energy shell. As a result, energy of 4s shell is lower than that of 3d subshells.
To understand it further, let us consider radial probability distribution curve for 3d and 4s orbital. it is very much clear from this figure. The radius of maximum probability for 3s electron is much far from the nucleus than that of 3d electron. However, in contrast to 3d electron curve, there are 3 small peaks closer to the nucleus which show that 4s electron penetrate the inner core of 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2 and 3p6 orbital, which is known as argon core. The penetration effect is more than to compensate the larger distance of main peak. As a result, 4s electron are held more tightly to the nucleus than 3d electron, and therefore 4s orbital has lower energy than 3d orbital. Therefore, in case of potassium with atomic number 19 and calcium with atomic number 20, the outermost electron enter the 4s orbital. As these two electrons are added, the nuclear charge is also increased by 2. So that in case of scandium with atomic number 21, the 3d orbital penetrate the electron density in the 4s orbital, so that the effective nuclear charge for 3d orbital increase, and as a result they drop to lower energy than 4p orbital. To about the same level of 4s orbital. Therefore, the next electron in scandium that will enter in the 3d subshells. Next is the electronic configuration of transition elements. In the atoms of transition element, the outermost energy level has ns1 or ns2 configuration, and the penultimate shell has 1 to 10 electron. Therefore, the general electronic configuration of d block element may be written as n-1, that is the penultimate shell, d 1 to 10, 1 to 10 that is the number of the electron, ns 1 to 2, where n that is the outermost shell for s orbital and n-1 that is the penultimate shells. The first transition series consists of elements from scandium to zinc. In scandium, the 3 orbitals start filling up and its electron configuration is 3d1, 4s2. As we move down from scandium onward, the filling of 3d orbital that will take place up to zinc element. In case of zinc, the 3d orbital that is completely filled. It may be noted that the configuration of chromium and copper is anomalous, and this is due to the reason that half filled and completely filled electronic configuration, that is 3d5 system and 3d10 systems have extra stability associated with that. Thus, to acquire increased stability, one of the 4s electron goes to nearby 3d orbital, so that 3d orbital become half filled in case of chromium and completely filled orbitals in case of copper. So in case of chromium, the expected electronic configuration, that is this one, but actually the active configuration that will having 3d 5 electron. In this case, 1 electron from 4s that will be shifted to this 3d orbital. So the electronic configuration that become completely half filled, so it will impart the extra stability in this case. Similarly, in the case of copper, the expected electronic configuration, that is this one, but in actual practice one electron, that is from 4s, it is shifted to 3d orbital, so it can acquire 3d 10 electron which is completely filled, so having the extra stability. For the actual electronic configuration in copper, that is this one. The second transition series, it will start with the filling of 4d orbitals with 1 electron from yttrium onward, and it will goes up to cadmium with 10 electrons. So in case of cadmium, it will having 4d 10 electrons. Similarly, the third transition series, it will start from lanthanums up to mercury with the filling of 5d orbitals, and up to the last element with 5d 10 electrons. And the fourth transition series, that is the incomplete, involve the filling of 6d series from actinium, and it will goes up to meitnerium with filling of 6d 7 electrons. Next is the electronic configuration of ions. Ions of transition elements are formed by loss of electron from the atom. The interelectronic force and variation in total nuclear charge play an important role in determining the electronic configuration of ion. For examples, 4s orbital is filled before 3d orbital, and therefore we cannot say that 4s orbital are always more stable than 3d orbital. If this were the true, then all the elements of first transition series should ionized by loss of 3d electron, but this is not so. In fact, they ionized by loss of 4s electron first. The reason for this behavior is that after the electron have entered 3d subshell, the energy of 3d subshell become lower than that of 4s orbital. As a result, 3d orbital become more stable than 4s orbital. Thus, in first transition series, it is the 4s orbital which lose electron first as compared to 3d orbital. Therefore, we cannot generalize that 4s orbital are always more stable than 3d orbitals because they are filled first. The actual behavior is explained on the basis of net effect of flowing forces. The first one, that is the nucleus electron attractions. Second one, that is the electron-electron repulsion. Shielding of the one electron by other electrons, and exchange forces. Thus, in first transition series, 4 electrons are removed first, then 3d electron. For example, in case of scandium having atomic number 21, the electronic configuration of it, that is 3d1 4s2. Scandium having oxidation state scandium 3+, which is formed by the removal of 3 electrons. So scandium 3+ having 3d 0 electronic configuration. Similarly, titanium having atomic number 22, the electronic configuration of it, that is 3d2 4s2. Titanium having 3 oxidation state, titanium 2+, it can formed by removal of 2 electrons, so it is 3d2. Titanium 3+, formed by removal of 3 electrons, so the electronic configuration, that is 3d1. titanium 4 plus, formed by the removal of 4 electrons having 3d 0 electronic configurations. So that the electronic configuration of sum of atoms and ion in case of first transition series, that is given in this table. If we can see the last element zinc having atomic number 30, the electronic configuration that is 3d10 4s2, and it can form only one ion in zinc 2 plus oxidation state. So after the removal of 2 electrons, it will having electronic configuration that is 3d10.